What is up, guys? This is Matt from My Paintball Life. I wanted to give you a Dye DSR review. What I ultimately thought about the marker and all that good stuff, and hopefully it helps some of you guys decide if you wanted to grab this or the M2. And that's really just it between those two. I guess this will really just help between those two. So let's start with the case, as we always do. It's just like the M2. Pretty nice, solid case, great case. It's actually one of my favorite cases as far as guns go, because this just doesn't dent. You can hit this, maybe it dents, but I've never personally dented it. I have dented a ton of Planet Eclipse cases though, because those are very easily dentable. But let's give it a good open. So what we have when we open it is this nice foam cutout, which is pretty neat. It's really cool, but I wish they made it a little bit tighter, because when I do open this, sometimes the barrels will come swinging out a little bit, which is kind of annoying. It does come with a barrel stock, which I do not have, and this neat little Allen key set. Different from previous years. Some people are pissed about it. I think it's all the same, because I don't know. I mean, they tell you everything right here. I'm not too big of an Allen key complainer. Anyway, you got your warranty, you have your regular DSR startup guide, just for a quick on and off, how to get the battery in, which way to turn for velocity, the whole bolt breakdown, as well as a map for the O-rings, which is really cool. Although I do like a full manual. It's all the same, because everything is found online. It does also come as well with the lube, the parts kit, you know, all that good stuff. This annoying shit that's always in everything. And this cool cable. This goes from the DSR into your computer, so whenever they have any updates for the DSR, some software updates, whatever it might be, kind of like the M2, you can download them on. And that's really cool for a mid-high-end gun, supposedly. I want to say it's a high-end. It's like a cheaper high-end. Kind of like how the, I believe the LV 1.1 is $995. That's a high-end for sure. But it is also the same gun from, I think it's like 2013, but just... Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Here it is. The Dye DSR in blackout. Just, I mean, some say it's a very simple design and they don't like it, but I really dig it. I think it's super sleek. We have the new core barrel, same UL front as usual, but a new barrel back called the core barrel, which is it's cool. It's a barrel. I mean, I'm not too crazy about it, because it kind of looks like the Proto Reflex line barrel backs, but whatever. It's a barrel. It's a barrel back. It does what it does. It comes in 688, which is great. It is normal for the paint that you're going to shoot. It comes regular with every paintball gun. So let's get into the cool stuff. Let's begin at the back end. We do have a new quick release bolt system. Some people say it's a little awkward because it's not on the side. You can't squeeze it from the side and pull out. I didn't think it was going to be weird to pull out, but you kind of have to find your way, and boom, there it is. The arc bolt system, newly designed from Dye. It is completely different from the old Billy Wing bolt that was found in the DMs and I guess the M2. It is dwell insensitive, so whether you turn it down or turn it up, it's not going to make it any smoother or efficient or any of that mumbo jumbo that you guys like, who like to really tinker with your guns. Think of this as like the G-Tech of Dye, right? The G-Tech, and I'm pretty sure the CS1 was said to be dwell insensitive as well, so no matter what you put it at, it's not going to make it smoother, although some will always argue. So then we'll put this right back where it belongs. There we go. Another great thing about the DSR is the new screen in the back, right here. We just hold the button down and it turns on. This is really, really simple to use. Personally, strangely enough, it's simpler than the M2 was. But to be honest with you, it could be the exact same thing, but smaller screen, I guess. I don't know, it just makes it easier. And then you just hold it to turn it off. I just don't like the chirping sound. I just wish they changed the chirping sound to something a little better. But it's not a big deal. I'm just nitpicky when it comes to that stuff. You can change it from NXL to burst to full auto and have 3 profiles and all that great stuff, and change things like the anti-bolt stick, wait time, all the good stuff. So it has, I'm pretty sure, all the stuff that the M2 had software-wise, and they just put it into a smaller screen in the back because that's just how they did it, and I love it. As we move forward, we're going to get to the trigger. This is called the new Edge trigger. It's great. I'm a big fan of blade triggers. It feels good. It has a good, nice clicking sound to it. I'm just being weird. It's a fine trigger. I mean, some people are super into triggers, and they do custom triggers, and they like the violent series triggers and all that stuff. I read some people are bummed because it didn't have the reach trigger on the M2, and I guess it's not compatible, but it's only a matter of time before someone with a 3D printer just prints some of these out. As you can see on this side here, we got 3 holes, or I guess 2 holes right here that have to do with the trigger. So screwing those, as you will read in the manual if you ever get one of these, will change, you know, the reach when it activates, and then you got one right behind the trigger itself. Another great thing that Dye did that I'm so happy about is 1 screw here and 1 screw here, and the grips come off. No more yanking and pulling and ripping grips, and you know, there was like those rips back here and all the other Dye guns that I used to get, and I used to get so bummed because I gotta buy new grips. Just everything's aesthetic when it comes to the paintball world. Yeah, they stayed with their usual little lever ASA, which is fine by me. I wish they had a pops design or maybe a lever like the Lux Ice, but whatever works for Dye. If it's not, you know, I was gonna say if it's not broken, don't fix it, but a lot of them have broken. PSA: if anyone has a Dye Matrix or an M2 or even a DSR, and you screw in your tank and then you try to flip this lever and it's too hard and you're breaking your fingers trying to push this thing to you know, activate it, it's a pretty good chance that your tank output pressure is too high. So you gotta reduce it. Just thought I'd share because I've had my share of struggle with tank problems and all that good stuff. Okay, on to better things. We do have the battery in the front grip, which is super neat. Super not neat that you do need a quarter or a nickel, and you just go in the back here like this, turn it left, 1 full rotation, and super easily it just comes right off. And you got this nifty little front foregrip. Some say, oh, you know, they sold from Planet Eclipse, but then Planet Eclipse took it from someone else, and I'm not entirely sure who started the front grip battery, but I am very happy that it's in the DSR, and I'm really hoping that it's in whatever Dye's next gun is. I don't know if, you know, there's going to be an M3 or anything like that, but I'm very much into that. Also, from here you can access your eye cable here, I think you have to take this gun apart to actually get to the eyes. I take that back. Forgive me. Forgive me those who are angered by that just now. Anyway, you just close it back up, grab your quarter, turn it a full rotation, and then until you hear that click, and then you're good to go. Some are concerned that this material here, this hard plastic, is going to start to wear after a certain amount of time, but I think it's just fine. I think those people should stop being babies. So, anyway, something else I am not sure if I mentioned was that this runs on 115 psi out of the box, and that's pretty low. It's pretty smooth. I know the M2 is at 140, but it can be tuned, so, you know, doesn't mean that this necessarily is smoother than the M2 because it's 115 psi right out of the box, but it's just neat that it's like pre-tuned and you don't need to do anything about it. I think that's pretty neat. Dye also has the new Hyper 6 regulator in the grips, so you can just take this apart and lube it and maintenance it and do whatever you need to do to it after 20 cases. I'm not sure. Everyone has a different amount of cases to maintenance. I like to maintenance the bolt after I come back after having a game day. I don't like waiting because you never know, there's gunk or whatever you missed, and I just like perfection. What else should I talk about here? We do have a very efficient gun. Because the arc bolt is new and it's dwell insensitive, and the geniuses that are there behind Dye, I don't know if you guys are on PB Nation, there's a guy named Irony. He is the mad genius behind this gun, and you gotta give him a big thank you because this gun is insanely efficient. I did film an efficiency video, but came home and the card was flashed, whatever it was, and it was destroyed, and I couldn't play it and I couldn't show it to you guys. But I can tell you right now that on a hot 3800 fill, I got, I believe it was like 1180 shots, which is like a ton of shots. I mean, that's like, I'm pretty sure that's what I got on like the LVR and the CS1. Really crazy efficient. So I guess to just finish it off, for those of you who are wondering, you know, man, should I get the M2? I can, you know, make it really, really smooth and all that stuff, or should I get the DSR? I guess the simplest question for you is, do you like getting a gun out of the box and just going out and playing? Or do you like getting a gun and seeing all the things you can tinker with, how to make it low and smooth and all that good stuff? I myself, I just like a simple gun I can just take out of the box and go play and just maintenance the bolt and have a good time. I'm not one for dwell tuning and all that other stuff, so the DSR was definitely the Dye gun for me. But if you do like to tinker, M2, I know Cup is in about 3 weeks, right? And who knows if an M3 is coming, and who knows if it's gonna be the arc bolt with the new front grip battery. I hope so, because this is sweet. I mean, even if the M3 did come out, I don't think it would sell because, I mean, you have this gun. It's $900. I know it's competing with the Shocker XLS, which is also another cool gun, both selling for $900. But then again, whatever floats your boat, you know what I mean? Also still has the eye pipe. I know some people are screaming with anger and some are screaming with joy, but I think it's a great design. You chop a ball, you can just keep shooting and it's self-cleaning, and then it cleans itself out. But you will still have a messy barrel. So have a swab if that ever happens to you. Because that's the worst, to be in the middle of a gunfight and having a ball chop, and then your balls are flying everywhere and they're just wrecking you, and it's not a fun time. Anyway, again, a big thank you to Critical Paintball. Without them, these videos couldn't happen. They were nice enough to, you know, hook it up with this DSR and just really giving me any, you know, anything I ever need, and they're just a bunch of great guys. So I'm going to put a link in the description for their shop. They do have Critical Crew Days. I think once a month. They own Combat Paintball Park up north. I don't know, those of you who are watching this live in Los Angeles or San Diego, if you guys want to make the trip. Critical Crew Days are kick-ass. Tons of people come, you get raffle tickets, and they raffle off like really, really cool stuff. I think it's October. I'm pretty sure they're having one this coming weekend, and they're raffling off like $1,500 worth of like Alienware computer gaming stuff, you know. Sometimes it's guns, sometimes it's cool other stuff. So definitely check them out. Again, thank you guys. You guys are great. And yeah, I mean, that's just about it. This gun is smooth. If I didn't already tell you that, it's a mix between the M2 and a broken-in DM. So it's a nifty shot. It has a lot of character to it. I wouldn't say it's poppy, but it definitely has that sound signature. I will link that hopefully somewhere over here. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If I didn't answer enough questions from the gun, please write a comment and I'll be sure to answer it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks, guys.